What is up, YouTube? Treats here. Just a disclaimer before we start. This channel and its content is intended for people over the age of 18 and over. So you already know, if you're not over the age of 18, please swipe away. We do not condone any illegal activities. This video is filmed for educational and documentary purposes only. Everything in this video is legal, and we do not encourage any use. So in this video, guys, we're going to be starting off where we last left off, which is our seedling stage, and we're going to be going into our veg stage. Another thing as well, remember, this is my first grow ever, so if you guys see something that I probably shouldn't have done, or that you recommend I should do, let me know down in the comments. I read every single one. And make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. I appreciate all the support, man, for real.
Let's open up this tent. So in the back we have the Mimosa Evil crossed with the Orange Punch. And then in the front here we have two phenos of Purple Punch times Lemon Drizzle. It's been about 14 days for the two big plants at least. The one that's kind of just sprouting, it's been about 3 to 5 days. About to make a week. Basically a bit behind on that one, but all good. Again, more of an indica dominant, compact nodes, really squat structure. I actually gave her a little bit of water yesterday. So we're about to weigh the plants here and water them based off of their weight essentially. This plant right here weighs 113, so we're gonna go ahead and water it by 20 grams. So now we're gonna move on to the next plant, which is gonna be this Mimosa Orange Punch. This one we're gonna actually lift it up and try to do it from our hand. And it's leaking a bit at the bottom, so that's good. Yep, 140 to 160. Now we got the Purple Punch first pheno, also back at its dry weight. This one we gotta be a little careful. It doesn't really need that much water. Boom, we're good now. But yeah, we just finished watering these girls down. Not sure if you guys can see how moist the soil is looking. All the new growth on these babies are looking amazing. So I also found out that there's this app called Photon, and essentially what this does, it allows you to check the ppfd on your lights, and it just allows you to kind of like have more control over your grow, you know, especially when you have multiple canopies and they're not growing at the same height. The ppfd is not going to be distributed correctly or evenly, so it's always good that you measure it from time to time so you can make sure you're getting the proper results that you're looking for. And the ppfd for each plant is essentially an average about 280 to 300, which is more than fine, I think. I just got that one in the dome, kind of helping maintain some humidity, just because these two are a little more mature than her right now. Another thing as well, guys, I've been doing a lot of research and watching a lot of videos and documentaries in some of these bigger commercial grows, and one thing that stuck out to me was a comment that Jungle Boys and Lumpy Farms said. I'm not sure who from the two, but they said that you should be able to walk into your grow facility and feel the VPD in there. That kind of really stuck with me, you know, because I was fortunate enough to work at a commercial grow with a big name, kind of like Shabrinsky's, Jungle Boys, Dolce Pack, or Wizardries. I'm not going to say which exactly, but I was only there for a few days. And every room that I was at, rather if it was hot, if it was cold, no matter what, the air just felt good, you know. It felt like it was, I don't know if pure is the right word, or if it just felt like less humid or more humid, whatever it was. The air felt amazing, you know. Despite all the moving around, we were defoliating. No matter what, it always felt amazing. And so that's why I try not to overthink too much of this entire grow process, especially for my first time. The parameters are doing good, and I'm keeping everything in check, and the grow tent feels good, then I know my plants are happy. So today we're gonna be transplanting first plants ever. We're also gonna be trying out this Bush Doctor Kelp Me Kelp You. It's basically seaweed extract. This is really good and really amazing for plants. I'm pretty sure everyone runs this in one way or form. But yeah, I just want to try this out, see how it works. Because apparently the Mimosa and Orange Punch is like a very nutrient, like craving plant or strain. So for the transplant with the water, Guy Green Livingsoil, a little bit of extra worm castings, and some 444. But yeah, you guys let me know in the comments if you guys ever tried this before, this specific brand, and if so, how do you guys apply it? I'm gonna start off by of course filling up a pot of our blend. So let's go ahead and do that. Got the macaraze, got the water pH'd out, got the seaweed kelp in there and everything. But yeah, this is the mop with the orange punch right here. Looking really good. I think so. Yeah. Let's pop her out. Let's see what her roots is looking like and shit like that. Still squeeze the side of the cup a little bit. But yeah, she was starting to get a little root bound. You can see. Sheesh, look at those roots, guys. Holy fuck, this is so beautiful to see. Like, wow. Wow, guys. This is so funny because I had one of the homies in the comments tell me that he thinks it might be getting root bounded. You can see it's kind of like circling there, just because this side right here was getting a little bit more aggressive than the left side because of that uneven watering. But man, look at those fucking roots, bro. What a fucking beauty.
So as you guys watch the video, you guys are gonna see that I use Michael's a lot. I love that stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and sprinkle some around the roots here before I transplant. And then we're also gonna put some inside the little hole we created inside the pot as well. So now we're gonna go ahead and water the soil beds, or the soil pot, I'm sorry, with this kelp water mix. I watered her a lot, that's why you see the multiple fly traps in there. I gave her like a gallon of water essentially, just to make sure that the entire fabric pot got soaked. And from there we just let the bottom of the fabric pot really just soak up all that water, you know, that was left up. This is a 5-gallon pot, but I actually ended up filling it up. I want to say maybe 3 gallons, 4 gallons. And then another thing I forgot, when I was transplanting it, you guys will see in the video, the roots were starting to do circles around the pot, essentially like root bounding, I think it's what it's called. And something that a lot of growers like to do is they actually like to kind of rip some of the roots at the bottom of the root ball or whatever, so they can disperse amongst the new soil bed a lot better and a lot quicker, I guess you could say. But I was rushing it just because the lights go off in about 10 minutes. So I was rushing it and forgot to do that, but I did add some mycorrhizae. I think I'm pronouncing that right. So we should be good. What is up, guys? As you can see, it's the next morning now. So you can see she's in her new pot, her final pot. I'm not sure how many gallons of soil this would be, but this is a 5-gallon pot. I believe it's about 75% full. And I just rolled in the inside to make it shorter, if you know what I mean. We're about to transplant this one next, the purple punch with lemon drizzle. We've all been in these nursery pots for about I want to say 3 weeks now, 2 weeks, minimum of 20 days minimum. So you can see her bottom leaf is starting to lose color, so could mean many things, but we'll see. And then we'll just water the one in the back a little too. But yeah, I'll see you guys there when we transplant. We got our half a gallon of water here. We're gonna start off by etching pH in this. We're gonna bring it down to 6.2, 6.1 pH. As you can see, we added about a few droplets of that pH down in here. We're just gonna flip it up and down a little bit. Mix that water up. You can see it's like more dominant on the right side compared to the left. If you see that, that means there was, like how I said before in the last video, there was some uneven water distribution. One side was getting more water, so the roots were kind of developing better on that side. We have 2 AC infinity fans. This top fan is running at 4 speed, I believe, if not 3. And then this fan is running on 2, if not 1, I believe. So 4-2, if not 3-1, but it's a mix of one of those two. And then we're running the AC Infinity light as well, 3x3 S23 or S33, I believe. Just want to say shout out to AC Infinity, man. This is not a sponsored video. I'm not getting paid and nothing, but shout out to AC Infinity for creating such an easy beginner friendly tent. A little bit pricey, but overall really good experience for a beginner. I got the humidifier running through this little vent hole that I duct taped through to avoid any light leaks. Definitely recommend you guys get yourself one of these just to make sure your parameters are always within the range. Even though the AC Infinity tank comes with a probe, I'd still recommend you to get one of these. I placed my vent outside of the tent so that way I have all this extra space up here. One thing, guys, going forward here, some of the clips are going to be showing the flowers or some of the pots here looking a lot more intense with more growth, just because some of the progression was not recorded due to the fact that I was busy some days, so bear with me. But nonetheless, let's get back into it.
I do plan to top these soon, or at least this big girl right here. Plan to top her either today, tomorrow night, or the following day, Saturday. You can see how big Shorty in the back got, which is so interesting to see, because this pot right here in the middle, the small one, is 2 to 3 weeks behind, and you can already see how big her leaves was getting compared to this one back here, which started off at the same time zone as her. But yeah, can't wait to see what she looks like in a few days, and we can transplant her once she gets to the 4th node.
So today is watering day for these plants. I'm gonna open up the tent right now, and I'm gonna pull out one of the baby pots out, and we're gonna go ahead and water it. But actually, before I do that, let me go ahead and pH the water. So I actually have a gallon of dechlorinated water here. Right, nice. This is my water bottle that I reuse. Essentially, I just keep refilling it up with the water that I'm going to be feeding my plants. So I'm just going to go ahead and pH that right now. Have the AC Infinity pH meter pen here, as you can see. I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but you can see the water's at 6.3 now. So we're going to go ahead and start watering. Before we water this, I also like to look at the plants and look at their leaves, make sure they don't have no pests underneath the leaves. Make sure there's none within the soil and stuff like that. It's looking healthy though. Just look at those leaves, guys. Wow. You can see the soil is really dry, of course. Should be about 140 grams if it dried back properly. And it did. Nice. I'm not sure if you guys can see that on the camera, but it's at 141 exactly. So we gave an extra 40 grams to the small pot here. And then we figured we might as well bring out one of the bigger pots here and also give it some water, just because it was looking a little dry. So we did that here as well. About to check the ppfd on these plants real quick. And then going forward, we're going to be doing an unboxing for the AC Infinity propagation kit, or humidity dome, I'm sorry. And it's basically for clone cuttings, because we are going to be topping one of our phenos or plants. And instead of just throwing away that topping or that cutting, we're going to try to do our first clone ever. So stay tuned and see how that goes for us. What is up, guys? We got the AC Infinity humidity dome here. Got this off of Amazon just because they ship the fastest, and they tend to have a little lower prices by a few dollars. This is not sponsored. I wish to be sponsored by a grow company, but as of right now, this is not sponsored. So far, I have an AC Infinity tent. My entire grow setup is all AC Infinity. But if I'm being honest, if you guys had to save money, I would definitely go the other route with the other brands that have lower price ranges. Just because my experience with AC Infinity so far is it's okay. It's not the best, but it's okay. I would definitely go with them if you want something that's AI based and it allows you to give you more controls. Their brain or their AI controllers, and it's pretty good. It's insane, especially if you're running everything else from them. The configuration and the seamlessness between the app and the hardware and the software is just so amazing on that compared to the other brands. That's the only reason why I find myself coming back to AC Infinity from starting my journey here, strictly off of their technology. You know, their hardware is insane. But like I said, I got a tent from them, and their fan came damaged, the tent came damaged. I tried reaching out to them. They told me to just go through Amazon, and as you guys know, I'm already in my grow phase, so I wasn't gonna take down my tent, deal with having no tent and no my pots outside basically, and we're having to wait basically for all of that to come back in and then rebuild it. You know, it was just gonna be a whole hassle. So I was like, you know what, whatever. I'll stay with the damaged fan. I'll stay with the damaged tent. It is what it is. I'll thug it out. Anyways, let's get into this unboxing. That's the model number right there, guys. Right here, this is what it looks like essentially. Holy plastic.
What's that? What the fuck? This looks broken already, chat. Bro, this shit came in broken.
Yo, I kid you not. You see what I'm talking about, guys? I knew it was like, why is that black thing in there just there?
Holy snap, bro. AC Infinity, what the fuck? This is the lid. I guess it was shaking around in shipment or something.
How does that even happen, though? Like,
Why wouldn't you guys just snap it in like that? And why is it such a cheap quality that it breaks so fast?
yo, you guys seen me. It was brand new, guys. What the fuck?
And it sucks because this goes... Does this go on the top or the inside? If this goes in the inside, we can't even use this now. So...
You see what I'm talking about? I'm trying to take a clone cutting right now. And, like, I need to use this. It's like, what? Do I send it back just because of that broken thing? And deal with having to wait another week or 2 or 3 days, I mean? Or 4 days, 5 days. Because they won't ship me one back until they receive this one, essentially. So it's going to take at least a week. So it's like, bro.
You see, this one came perfectly fine.
Like, holy shit. It comes with so many, like... Feels like I'm building a Lego. I thought it was just going to be a tray and a lid.
They don't even send you no extra parts too. That's crazy. That was the extender. That's what that is for the side vents. How do you build this though?
See how we build this.
The fuck? I don't think this comes with all this. You got it fucked up. See, I don't think this one comes with lights.
Finally figured out how to build this shit. I'm not gonna lie, it was like a fucking Lego. It's like, bro, they give you some microplastic bullshit that you gotta screw in. For the extender, essentially 4 walls. You gotta screw in all these sides here, as you can see. It took me a little while to do that, whatever. Anyways, and then this is the top lid. For the broken piece, I just used like some sticky glue or like some sticky tape. So it's just, and I popped it out from the side, put it at the top. So it's kind of like, this one's not always just flimsy out. At least it's flimsy at the top. So yeah. Let's see it right there. Crazy glue, crazy tape. I mean the glue tape. Anyways, it's a cool little humidity dome or whatever. It's just a hassle the way it works, because the extender, you got to build it out like a Lego. It would have just been smarter if they just essentially gave you a whole lid, you know, that's just empty in the middle, and then it's just built all around essentially. So it's like 2 of these, and then the top is empty, so now you can just have it around like this essentially. You don't have to build it, it's just this plop. So yeah, I don't know what AC Infinity was thinking there when they did that. They should have just made it an entire piece instead of making it pieces. But yeah, this is what it looks like built, guys. AC Infinity Humidity Dome. We got our rope riots as well. We're gonna take one out, plop it in there. These are already moist, so, or already soaked with water, so we don't have to do much there. And then let's go ahead and get some Clonex as well, and let's get this started. So let's get straight into this cloning segment. I got all my tools ready. I got my water pH'd out. I got my tools cleaned. I have my plant ready to top. I have my root riots. I have my humidity dome. I have the Clonex ready, dipped out already here. This is what we're going to be dipping the stem into essentially.
So as you guys can see, she's pretty much ready to top. She's pretty huge.
I feel like I'm a little nervous here, but should work out. First off, let's remove off these lower stress trainers. You're doing good, baby. I'm proud of you. So we're officially topping the mop pheno, also known as Mimosa, with the orange punch cross from Barney's Farms. So now we're going to remove some of the lower stems just so the clone cutting can focus on the root development, and also trim off some of the fan leaves. So once we've done everything we needed to do, we're going to go ahead and place our clone cutting into a cup of water just to help kickstart the root development once it's inside the plug with the rooting hormone, or whatever you decide to do.
Alright guys, so we have our clone now. We got it just sitting in water right now.
Alright, so I got my humidity dome here. I got my clone as well. I'm gonna go ahead and get some Clonex on this now. So guys, before we move on with this Clonex, we're actually gonna go ahead and cut this stem at an angle, just because at our old facility this was a practice we followed. So I figured why not make it a tradition for myself as well. And now we're also gonna go ahead and peel off some of the stem's tissue here, or the skin at the very bottom. It's also supposed to help with the root development. Now we're gonna dip this clone cutting into some rooting hormone, which is the Clonex. And since the stem is pretty thick, we're gonna push it down in the plug about half an inch to an inch deep in, just to make sure that all the rooting hormone is working hard to promote those root developments. Now we're gonna go ahead and mist our lid just to make sure that the clone is able to maintain that humidity the entire time that it's inside the dome. So as you can see, we have our clone ready. We have it inside the dome, and hopefully we have some roots showing up within 3 to 4 days. And if not, then it should be by 14 days minimum. So here we're just gonna be checking on our second pheno of purple punch with Lemon Drizzle, just to see if she's ready to transplant. So let's give the roots a check. She's definitely ready to transplant, guys. She's starting her root ball, as you can see here. She's even gripping onto the little the little string tag here. But yeah, she's definitely ready to transplant here. And then on top of this Livingsoil, what we're also going to add is some worm castings. About 10% more worm castings, maybe 15% here. Just going to break down any of the thick parts here. So yeah, we added the 444 all-purpose from Gaia Green. We did about 35 teaspoons. I feel like that should be enough for a 4-gallon pot. This is a 5-gallon fabric pot, but I folded it inwards a little bit to fill in less soil. So yeah, let me know in your comments if you guys ever done something like that kind of blend. Gaia Green Livingsoil with 444 all-purpose. About 3 tablespoons per gallon essentially. I'm following Mr. Conductor Grow's recipe essentially with extra worm castings as well. So yeah, we'll see how this goes.
So it's been about a month and a week. So about a month for sure for all 3 of these. And you guys can see they're a decent size. Not the biggest, not the bushiest, but they're a decent size. This one right here actually got topped. I think I got a few clips of that for you guys. So, and then this one right here on the far back is just being lower stress trained. Essentially the way I'm doing this though is I'm bending the main node stem to the far left, so that way the lower branches get the same even light and it can create a more even canopy. However, we might be able to top it as well. This one we're not going to top at all. It's just going to be a normal grow with lower stress training, some decent branch bending, some branch tucking.
Let me see if I can show you guys. So if you can see that, that's what the main stem was essentially. So right there is where we topped it. And we got two main branches now essentially. So we got this one, we got that one, and then we got a few other ones in the far back there. As you can see, we've progressed quite a bit. It's a lot of growth here. If you guys hear anything in the background, they're watching the game in the background. I think Mexico's playing. But you can see we have multiple canopies on this top pheno here. This back pheno as well. She's getting ready to get topped here tomorrow probably, or in a few more days. What is up, guys? So I'm gonna be feeding some cow mag to this far right pot here, just because it's really dry. I don't know if you guys can see that. So it definitely needs some water. And the reason I'm gonna feed this water, or I'm gonna feed this pot with cow mag water, is because every single pot, or every single pot or every single plant is having the same leaf issues. So I want to test out to see if it truly is a cow mag deficiency. Be aware, guys, this is my first grow ever, so I'm just now learning about the deficiencies and everything. And so yeah, bear with me. If you guys have any tips, please let me know. Because if we go ahead and look at their leaves on 03, they all have this weird like color inside the veins of the leaves, and I'm pretty sure what that means, it's that it's lacking in calcium or magnesium. So we're gonna go ahead and feed it this Bush Doctor cow mag, and we're gonna do it as a test subject essentially, because all three have it, but we're gonna feed it to this far right one. So I'm gonna feed it a little bit more than half a gallon of water here, with some cow mag and some pH water, of course, at 6.3. So we took a clone cutting about 2 weeks ago. If you guys remember, it's in the same video. But essentially, if I throw out a solid amount of roots, realistically you want to wait until it starts creating a solid root ball, just to make sure that the transplant's a lot easier. But I'd rather transplant it now that it has 3 to 4 solid roots than keep waiting, just because the stem is a bit thick, so I don't want it to struggle to stay alive in the plug. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to be using just Livingsoil and some extra worm castings into the nursery pot. And then another thing as well, guys, if you guys tune in this long, I appreciate you guys so much, and thank you so much for all the love and support that you guys been showing me. And this is my first successful clone cutting, so we're trying to experiment and learn as much as we can, as fast as we can, without taking any shortcuts. A lot of people will probably recommend transplanting straight into the final pot, but like I said, we're trying to practice our watering, our techniques, and just everything that we're doing. We use this every single time we do a transplant or do anything with our roots. Stuff is amazing. Michael's, I recommend it. But you guys can see all those roots already, guys. Look, beautiful, all those hairs and stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and add some Michael's to the plug here, and we're also gonna sprinkle some into the nursery cup, just to make sure that this clone cutting has the best chance at root development. And then for our nursery cup blend, we're gonna use a 1 to 2 or an 80 to 20% blend of Livingsoil to worm castings. I'm just gonna be following Mr. Canuck's recipe essentially, and hope for the best. You should see some new growth coming in soon. Hopefully you guys can see it well there. Now all we have to do now is lightly water it a little bit. So I'm not sure if you guys saw that, but that little bit of water should be more than enough, to be honest, guys. And essentially, when you take a clone cutting and the roots are set up or whatnot, and you already transplanted it, essentially what it's the week that you start off at is at week 2. So essentially, this clone cutting right here is equivalent to a week 2 of a seed pot plant, which sounds insane, I know, because of the way it looks, the structure and whatnot. But that's how a lot of people see it. But yeah, these are the girls right now. Insane progression. They're a little droopy right now because it's a little hot and they're a bit thirsty, but we're gonna water them right now. And this is the clone cutting from the last recent clips you guys seen. She's doing well as well. Everybody just need a couple more days to recover, bounce back. But if you guys tune in for the entire video, I fucking love y'all. And I appreciate you guys so much for all the support. And the quality's only gonna get better from here, so make sure you guys hit that like button and that subscribe button, especially if you're a new viewer and you tuned into the whole video. Fucking appreciate you guys so much, man. You guys don't even understand. But remember, life's a treat, guys. Stay blessed.